Hi, this is Pete Gooding from Ibiza, musical director at Hostel La Torre, and you are listening to the Liverpool Connection podcast.
Hi everyone and welcome to the Liverpool Connection podcast. I'm your host Daz. This is my story episode where I bring someone on to tell their Liverpool story, and it's been a long time to try and get this lad on, but it's going to be well worth it. He's a regular on Kop TV. He also works at Liverpool Football Club as a tour guide. So I think many of the Americans that have probably been over to Anfield have probably had Mario as one of their tour guides. But yeah, I'm so chuffed to have you on, mate, because I know you've got a story to tell, and I'm ready to hear it. So introduce yourself, mate.
Cheers for invitation, Face Das. It's a pleasure for me, obviously, to be part of your podcast and talk about this. Yeah, it's my name is Mario, born in Bulgaria in 1989, 35 years ago, getting old. But then I moved to Italy when I was 11 with only family, my brother, my mom, my dad. We moved to Italy. But I never felt Italy like as my country, like as, yeah, I obviously used to love Italy, still love Italy, but I never felt it like me country because I always been, my mind's always been to Anfield. Why? I can't explain. I can't explain why I became a supporter. Basically, I'm gonna tell you the story. I watched a football game on the Saturday. I used to live in Bulgaria in the end of like 90s. And I watched a football game, Liverpool against Grimsby, 1997, season 97-98, like November 97. And Michael always got a hat trick that night. I didn't know anything about footy, about Liverpool. I didn't even know where is Liverpool. And that night, he took me hard, Michael Owen, with that hat trick. He was 18 years old, that first or second season, something like that. So that will follow, slowly. Michael Owen, his obviously his ability, his goal scoring quality and stuff like this. And then obviously 2004 he left Liverpool and I was devastated for a few weeks. But then this passion about Liverpool became like I can't even explain you as a normal passion. Everyone has got a football team, everyone supports a football team, but to me it's something more than being a normal supporter. It's something like beyond that. It's kind of obsession, kind of all my life. My dream was living in Liverpool, go every single game from the cup ends, making my own family in Liverpool, creating my own family, and obviously working for Liverpool. So that was my dream since I was 7, 8 years old, since I started to support the rest. So here we go. Now I can say that I achieved almost all my dreams, and I'm a happy man, that.
Well, you can tick all the boxes. I mean, that's good. That's sound. Yeah, I just think it's so unique, that I get so many guests on here, and it's great because everyone has a different story to tell,
Yeah.
about their obsession with Liverpool, whether you're a musician, author, even if you're an MP, and like yourself. I mean, that's a big step though for you to actually move to Liverpool though, you know, uh, from just going, all right, this is my dream. I'm going to do it. It sounds
Uh,
mental.
yeah, yeah, that's true. I mean, like it's something big. It's a big step in your life because doing just for a passion. I mean, if you move to Liverpool because you got a job over there already, someone is waiting for you to working or wherever experience you have to do, it's understandable. But in my case, was a bit different. This is why you say something like right. That passion is something like unique. So I moved to Liverpool just because I wanted to stay next to the team and go every game from the club. So that was my goal in my life. Living in Liverpool, as soon as I'm in Liverpool, then everything will be okay. So this is my car. I didn't decide it. If you ask why you did it, I didn't decide it. It's my heart, my mind. So 2016, I had the luck to move to Liverpool for the first time permanently. But I used to travel every, like, let's say 2, 3, 4 weeks from Italy. Used to take the airplane from Rome, Ciampino. I used to live in Rome, in Italy, next to Rome. Get to Liverpool or to Manchester, it depends. Go to Anfield, watch the footy, and come back the same day or the day after. Sometimes I slept in the airports as well. Absolutely madness. But I did it with passion, I did it with heart. So I wanted to do it, but then I was spending a lot of dough and saying, listen, I'm going to move permanently to the best city in the world because, in my opinion, I'm not saying this because you're a local lad, you're a scouser. I'm saying this because this is my opinion. Liverpool is the best city in the world, and I love the people. I love the everything in this city. I know I'm from Rome, and Rome is one of the best cities in the world, also obviously. But Liverpool took my heart in every single aspect of my life. So my daughter is born in Liverpool. She is a scouser, obviously, and this is my biggest prize. So being part of Liverpool, of the city, of the culture, you can understand what means, like, the culture of the Scousers. You have to live in this place to understand how special, how unique is the mentality as well of the people. I'm not talking just Liverpool supporters. I'm talking like overall Scousers everywhere. And I love them. I love them. I've got a great relationship with many people. I'm very lucky to work in Anfield as a sub guide. You mentioned it before. And basically, all my relationship is with people, with local people. I'm the only one foreign person in Anfield to work. So it's a privilege to be the only one not from Liverpool to work in Anfield. So it's a special feeling. I can't even describe you what I feel when I go to the games, when I sit in the Kop ends and see the lads playing in front of me. It's just a special feeling, mate.
You must have a contract or something with Liverpool, because like when the TV always gets you, and I swear to God, there's not one game that I've not watched that your face comes on the telly. Did you have a little word with LFC TV?
I promise you, lads. I promise you. No, every day someone send me mates, and everyone like, mates, you got a contract with Sky Sports or LFC TV, and this is the reason why they spot you every game. No, just I'm lucky because I've got we see the Kop is in the second row, third row, so he's basically behind the nets. And I'm very passionate. So when I support Liverpool, I'm very passionate. I'm crazy. I'm waving the scarf all the time. Try to sing. Try to make noise. Some people think I'm acting to get on the telly, but it's not like that. This is myself. I can act. I don't need to. So it's just myself, like 100%. So I love to support the Reds 100%. So I'm a Liverpool supporter, and I want to give my 100% during the games to have the last winning. So that has to be the mentality for everyone in the Kop. So if you sit in the Kop ends, listen, it's a special feeling. It's something special, something beyond football. So you have to be at least passionate, crazy in terms of screaming, shouting, waving the scarf, and stuff like this. If we score an important goal and you sit in the Kop ends and you do like this, or you stay with the phone and call the game. Doesn't make any sense. Go somewhere else, no problem. Go in the main stand, go Kelly Douglas stand. But the Kop ends, you know better than me does. It's a special place. So when you stay there, you have to be crazy. In good term, I'm talking about, not getting from the pitch, obviously. Just like passionate and give all your 100% to have the last winning. So it's all about that. We are famous all over the world as a fans because of the special atmosphere from the Kop ends. Long time ago, in the 70s, 80s, used to be 30,000 people in the Kop. You remember better than me, against Saint Etienne, that magical night in 77, when David Furplov scored the last goal, and then we went to Rome to win our first European Cup against Mönchengladbach. So the Kop was 30,000 people. Now it's less than a half. It's 12,500 seats. But still, we have to make atmosphere. We have to create noise and try to have the last. So this is my mentality. And obviously, I can't force. Sometimes I've got people, even local people, trust me, next to me. They don't care, mate. They just watching like, I've got a season ticket in the Kop. I have to go. But if you're not able to support, give it to someone else and try to, keep this special atmosphere, because we've got the most special atmosphere in the world.
you know, you had a note on that because that, you know, there has been a lot of talk about the atmosphere lately in the last couple of years. You know, maybe not so much the Kop, but you know, now the new Annie Road. There's just it's weird, and I don't know whether that's coming from the club as well, like because some of the stewards are telling people like to sit down. I'm like,
Yes.
how can you sit down at a football match? I'm sorry. Like, yeah, obviously, like if it's just, you know, the game's a bit boring, yeah, you're going to sit down. But when you see Liverpool going forward, I mean, your instincts is to stand up, but then you've got people next to you going, do you mind? Can you sit down? Or, you know, I've heard like people like, you know, when they're singing going, can you stop? It's like, you what? Like,
I know.
you know, I don't understand it, and I just think like it shouldn't be just coming from the Kop. It should be the whole stadium rocking, and it shouldn't really take massive matches to do it. It should be every home game. I don't care who we play. You know, especially like I always say, you know, because I live in America, so you know, I know a lot of Americans save up money and they go, you know, to watch the match and immerse yourself. Not just at Anfield, though, immerse yourself with Scousers, immerse yourself in the city, because I just think that, you know, if you're just going to go for the day, it's one of those, isn't it? You're in and out. I mean, I
Yeah.
understand for you from Rome, you know, you got to get back to your family and everything, but like if you're spending that amount of money, stay in the city as much as you can, and you know, walk to the ground, get in there, start you singing before you get in the ground. Like I just feel like I know there's a massive difference when you watch it on the telly because you know microphones are turned down and everything, and you're just like, man,
Yeah.
it's like a morgue in there. But when you actually go, you know, it is louder. But I've just noticed the last couple of years, it's not like it used to be. And yeah, I don't want to sound, you know, like the old granddad kind of the old fart going, well, back in my day, it was blah, blah. You know, I know times change, but still, we're still watching the greatest football team in the world. You know, wherever we are in the league, we're still, you know, Liverpool fans. We will always say we're the best team in the world. Well, act like it then. You know, like fans
Absolutely.
act like it. It's just
Absolutely.
it's just tough to watch at times and like listen, and you're just like, come on, you know, tickets aren't cheap anymore. Like, don't just go and like get a bowl of popcorn. Like, come on, what? I'm gonna tell everyone, watch Mario on the telly because he's on every match. And just watch this lad. Just watch this lad and how much Liverpool means to him. And you know, that's a big reason why, again, I wanted you on as well. Just because I'm like, man, this lad's got passion. And
Yeah.
it's nice to
Uh,
see.
I think that is it's all about that. You say something absolutely right. In the last years, the atmosphere, especially in the Kop end, is not anymore like what used to be before. I don't understand why. I can't explain why. If you talk to a lot of people here in Liverpool, and you ask them, you know, people with season ticket. I've got a few mates working with me in Anfield. They got season tickets since the 70s. And if you ask them why the situation is like that now, nowadays, they're gonna tell you, listen, too many tourists coming home. And you know, for someone like they coming here, they want to get the ticket in the Kop to live the experience. But end of the day, they don't care. For them, it's just like an experience. They don't know. They don't know even. You never walk alone. They don't know the lyrics, the words, and it's. I agree if you keep it said with that because I can't blame the tourist. I was a tourist as well. I used to be a tourist when I used to go be in Liverpool to watch the game. So I don't want to blame because if you see some of the tourists coming, yes, for 1, 2, 3 days, Liverpool, like people from Norway, people from Finland, all the Scandinavian countries, even from like East Europe, people from Serbia, people from Bulgaria, Mate, they got passion, lads. Honestly, they got passion. They sing it all the games. So I can't blame 50% the tourists, but the rest of the 50% they give all the heart during the game. So it's not about that. It's just I think from my personal point of view, my experience so far, some of the games I don't know. It's a very hard question. It's like sometimes the opponents is very important as well. If you play obviously the big games like City, United, Arsenal, it's different feeling. But in the same time, I agree with what you said. You said has to be every game like this. Like every game has to be the same noise, the same atmosphere from a Man United's game. And I agree 100% with you. But I don't understand why sometimes the atmosphere is not what has to be. Because we are Liverpool, we're supporting the best club in the world. And we've got the best supporters. No doubt about it, mate. I can see people coming from every single part of the world on the tours. So I meet people every day from New Zealand, Australia, America. We've got people from America every single day. Not one, just five people. We've got like 100 people from America coming. And I always, obviously, you can recognize them because of the accent, but for them, for some of them, it's a dream. This is the first time ever they're coming to Anfield. They've been saving money for a long time, coming here to realize their dream, And when it's like that, you support. You have no choice. You scream and you shout, but most of the games, unfortunately, it's not the atmosphere what I want to see. Some people next to me in the Kop ends, in the first rows, they don't support. They don't scream because they are like a quiet people. And I can't say that just stay home. I don't want to be arrogant and stuff, but I think this, obviously I can't say because I'm gonna fight with them. It's not fair. But unfortunately, it's like that. Unfortunately, it's like that. I can tell you from my own experience, and it's very sad. Some games, it's very sad.
Well, obviously, Mario, we live in, social media times where people need to videotape everything. And honestly, I don't mind, because I'll even do it when I'm back home. You do a quick video, of you there, you take some pictures. But some of the people that have got the cameras out constantly, I'm like, put them down, mate. Like you have this, it's called a mind, and we soak in memories. Take the memory here and not
Exactly.
always here. It's just one of those. But yeah, again, I'm starting to sound like an old fart, you know. But obviously, you supported Liverpool kind of later on in your life, so I was going to ask you childhood hero, but who is your footballing hero?
So if I start obviously with Michael Owen, he was my generation when I was 7, 8. He was 17, 18 because he's 10 years older than me. And I started to support the rest because of Michael Owen. Probably if Michael Owen wasn't playing for Liverpool, I wouldn't be that crazy supporter now. I don't know. But I start with him, and then obviously Steven Gerrard came on the stage. Stevie G. So if you ask me today, who was my biggest ever hero, is Steven Gerrard, definitely. Because Owen left when I was 15. He went to Madrid. Then he wanted to come back to Liverpool, but Rafa Benitez didn't want him back. So it's a long story, but Steven Gerrard was loyal the whole career to Liverpool. So Steven Gerrard, for me, in my opinion, I know I'm from different generations, but to me, he's the greatest ever player for Liverpool. When I speak when I talk with me mates from Anfield, they saying obviously my older mates, probably like over 45, over 50. They saying Kenny Dalglish, best ever, greatest ever. Kids today, if you speak with a 15 years old, 10 years old kids, they're gonna tell you Mo Salah. It's it depends on your generation. My generation, no doubt about it. Stevie G was absolutely fantastic, amazing in every single aspect of the game, and his loyalty for Liverpool. He got many, offers for Madrid, Chelsea, 2005. After the final in Istanbul, he was that close to move to Chelsea. Sometimes I love to watch his Amazon Prime documentary about his career and stuff. And it was hard to take, but I remember all them situation when he scored 3 goals against ENS, Total Network Solution You remember the first rounds of the Champions League the next season, and then he said, "Listen, I'm gonna stay. I'm faithful to Liverpool. I love Liverpool more than anything." So I can't say anyone else. Stevie G is the best one, lads.
Yeah, I think before like the Torres and Suarez came in, and obviously like Sturridge and Sterling, Gerrard carried that team. Like we didn't have that, like especially 2005 Istanbul. We should never, ever, ever have beaten AC Milan. I still don't know how it really happened, but again, it's all because of Stevie G. He put the team on his shoulders, and
I agree.
right, we're 3-0 down, but we're not gonna, because I thought we'd score like a goal or two, and just to save face. But I think it was more like Stevie in the locker room as well, just going, look, we're not going out without a fight, and it showed me what he's made of. I nearly cried when he moved to Chelsea. I was like, nah, mate, no, you can't do that. I'm glad he was on the motorway, I think, as well, going, and he did a U.
Yeah, he was on the motorway.
Yeah, did a U.
He mentioned this on the documentary. Yeah.
Yeah, he would have broken my heart. I mean, because I'm a '70s kid, so Kevin Keegan for a year for me. Yeah, because I only got to see him a year before he jogged off to Hamburg, and then it was Kenny, and then John Barnes. So I'm a lot older than you, but Gerrard was just something else, wasn't he? He just really was. He probably the best captain we've ever had. And that's saying something because, Kenny, you've had Alan Hansen, all the biggies. But yeah, he would just take the game by the scruff of the neck and be like, I'm not having it. Like the West Ham FA Cup final, Olympiacos. I mean, there's so many amazing moments that Gerrard's given us that, I can't thank him enough. I think that's, as a we're all Liverpool fans. Of course, you want somebody, like Gerrard. It's your dream for Gerrard to come back and manage the football club. That's just one of those like crazy dreams you have. Like, to have an ex-player who meant the world to us to come back. That's why Alonso. I was like, oh, come on, let's do this. Let's do this. Especially Klopp leaving. But, obviously he went to Rangers and then didn't do too well at Villa. And now he's making the coin in Saudi. I think I doubt Gerrard will come back to Liverpool to manage. I think that dream is over for me. I've still got a dream where Alonso comes. But I think again, Alonso's probably thinking, maybe Real Madrid, which is understandable. But going back, all right, obviously Gerrard for you or Owen. Tell me your favourite goals for Owen and for Stevie.
That's a good question. Michael Owen favourite game. It's definitely it's one of my favourite games at all. Obviously against Arsenal, the FA Cup final, 13th of May 2001. That game was simply like if you want to describe Michael Owen back in times, you have to watch that game because that was the perfect Michael Owen to sum it up what he was to Liverpool. 83 minutes. He didn't play well. Nobody see it was absolutely like touched the ball a few times. Then in 7 minutes, in 8 minutes, he scored twice. Two perfect goals. First one with the little overkick on the McAllister free kick, then Babel assist, and then that finish with the Paddy Berger assist with the left foot round all the corner. So that was like, if you want to describe Michael Owen, you have to show people kids or wherever that game. So yeah, I'm gonna say like as a game favorite goal, both of them, but as a game probably Arsenal. He scored many goals for us for the most important in terms. And he say as well, when I went to Chester just before the lockdown 2019 on his presentation book, and he say after the Arsenal game, he felt like, oh my goodness, the best ever feeling for him. And obviously, I was gutted when he left Liverpool 2004 and he missed the Champions League final 2005 because obviously all the Morientes situation, all the stuff. But sometimes football is like that. You do right choices, you do wrong choices, right time in the wrong time. It's just you have to be lucky sometimes. About TVG, favorite ever goal about TVG. Jesus
There are
Christ,
so
mate.
many, so many.
So many. As a as a pure like definitely Olympiacos, definitely. I'm gonna tell you top three for Gerard. I'm gonna make it easier for me. Top three, probably Olympiacos in terms of importance and the finish as well. Another goal I used to love, one of the best TVG goal in my opinion, was against Arsenal in League Cup when we got beat 6-3. It
Mm.
was like, if you remember, season 2006-7, we played beginning of January FA Cup home game against Arsenal. We got beat 3-1. And then a few days later, we played the League Cup and we got smashed for like 6-3. Baptista scored 4 goals. That game, Stevie G scored a screamer. It was like absolutely like crazy goal. Yeah, we got beat 6-3, but that goal was so important, so nice. Not important, but it was beautiful in terms of execution and skills. Obviously, the West Ham goal, final against them, FA Cup final, the second one. First one as well was balls, but the second one was crazy. 40-yard screamer. And obviously, Istanbul one. Istanbul one in terms of importance, in terms of. I always want to mention these does too. When I do the stadium tour in Anfield and we get on level two. Level two is basically, we call it European Boulevard. So we've got all the 3 UEFA Cups we won, 73, 76, and 2001. And we've got the 6 European Cups we won, the 6 Champions League. So when I arrived to 2005, I started to talk to people to say, listen, this is definitely the greatest ever game in our life. Let's be honest. If you think about your best ever experience as a Liverpool supporter, it's Istanbul. Can be otherwise. So Stevie G inspired the team. In the first half, when we got smashed 3-0, could be even like 6-7-0 against the best team in the world. But second half, Stevie G decides, listen, when you play with a lava beat upon your chest and you got 45,000 Liverpool supporters to singing, you never walk alone at half time, 3-0 down. They believed. They wanted to show to the team, listen, lads, we're proud of you anyway. It doesn't matter what's going to happen. We're proud of you. We are here in 45,000 to support you no matter what. Then you have to do something special for them. And the second half, he inspired the team. Our captain, fantastic with that unbelievable performance, second half, with the goal. Then he won the penalty. Xabi Alonso missed it. Then the rebound he scored, and all the defensive performance during the extra times against Serginho. He stopped him like 6, 7 times at the right back. So absolutely crazy night. And that night was my birthday as well, 25th of May. I was 16 that night, so it's even more special. So definitely.
Well, I mean, Liverpool is given us so many amazing matches. You know, there's too many to mention. That obviously we've got to talk about the Barca game as well. Again, you know, we go to Barcelona, right? And if you watch that match, the 3-0 doesn't do it justice because we played really, really well. You know, it was just a messy masterclass. But when they, again, I just knew we would score a couple of goals just to make it interesting. Did I think we were going to score 4? You must be joking. Not a chance. I just didn't. But when you teams come to Anfield and we're behind, you know, anything can happen because of the crowd, because of the atmosphere, because, you know, there is a fear when opponents come, you know, outside, you know, when the coach is coming in, like all the red smoke, everybody just going absolutely ape, you know, and that's what you want. You want these opposing teams coming in going, oh, I don't fancy playing Anfield tonight. And I think that's what happens with Barca. They're a little bit like, damn, you know, because Suarez and Coutinho already knew the Anfield factor. I mean, you were there that night, and
I was there.
it must have been just absolute mayhem in the Kop.
If the game against Milan, AC Milan, the Champions League final is the greatest ever game in our history, definitely. Against Barcelona, it's probably the greatest ever game in Anfield. Because obviously the comeback we done, all the vibes we had against definitely the best side in the world back in time, because 2019 Barcelona was one of the best teams with Messi, 8 times Ballon d'Or winner, Luis Suarez, Coutinho, Jordi Alba, Sergio Busquets, Victor Valdez, Iniesta as well was part of that night. So it's just like, and in the first leg, we deserved better results. We didn't deserve to lose 3-0. We didn't. We played very well. We hit the bar. We hit the post. Sadio Mane missed a very easy goal. So it was like I remember pretty well when I watched the game on the first leg, when I watched it in Mark in Liverpool, in the pub, in the Irish pub, and I felt like, listen, we played very well. We don't deserve that. We don't deserve this treatment, But obviously, the second game in Anfield, because you know how is our mentality. We never give up. We never give up. Doesn't matter what. You knew it that is going to happen something. Obviously, same like you. I never expect you to score 4 goals. But I knew it. We're going to score a few goals. We're going to make it interesting, And when we scored the first one with Divock was crazy. But we celebrate that from my own experience. We celebrate more the 3-0 when Gini Wijnaldum scored the header and Jadon Shaqiri assists that goal than the 4-0. Because the 4-0, nobody understood what's happened. So it was that kind of 5-10 seconds of you're thinking about the extra times, because you can't think, let's go one more. You're thinking, let's chill, let's control the game. 11 minutes to go, plus, injury time and stuff. And then Trent has got that genius. This is like, you can't describe that, you can't. If you want to describe that moment, you can't. There is no explanation about it. It's just pure genius. The corner taking quickly for Divock Origi in the small penalty area. And I remember even Klopp missed the goal. I remember I was talking with the fan on me back. I just missed that moment. And obviously, I remember my face think was, oh my goodness, the ball is in. I was looking, obviously, the referee, the linesman, if it was offside or what just happened, Nobody believed what's happened. And then, obviously, just absolutely wild, electric, crazy. But I was part of that game. So to me, that experience, not just the game, the whole experience, I always put it in the second best experience of my life. Obviously, the first one is my daughter's birth. I can't be otherwise. But the second one is Barcelona game, mate. Absolutely crazy. You can't even describe. You have to feel it. You can't describe it. What's happened that night?
Yeah, I mean, just watching through the telly, because I was down the pub and I was actually leaving for back home that right after, and I made my flight by about 10 minutes because I just had to immerse myself more and more, and the pints were going down really quickly as well. You could just tell through the telly how much energy was coming from it. But yeah, I looked and I was like, what just went on? That can't be right, because you see the ball getting kicked out, first. The second ball gets kicked and the Barcelona players are just, looking around, and then Trent all of a sudden, obviously him and Origi were on the same wavelength. Origi must have just given him a little nod, because I keep going back and I watch it on YouTube and I try and zone in on Origi and is he winking Trent? Is he doing a little sign? And you don't really see it, but obviously they are on the same wavelength. I mean, for Trent to do that, because he was a lot younger then as well. I mean, this is,
He was 20, he was 20 that night.
To be that quick and just do something like that. I'd never, ever seen something like that in football in my life. And I'm glad it was us, because if Barcelona had done it to us, I'd be going, that's offside. That's there was 2 balls on the pitch. I'd be screaming murder. I mean, it's probably one of my favourite goals. That and the Origi goal against Everton, just because it was last minute and just because Pickford looked like an absolute knobhead. I don't
He
know
is
what.
actually.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. He is. I mean, that's that thing where he you know, every second he can take it, you know, waste time, and then you know we all know what Allison did. You know, did the same thing, which is just
Yeah.
boss. That's just a scouse thing to do, and I love that. But going back to being like Mario, being a tour guide, seeing all those people like come through for the first time as well, and seeing the smiles on their faces. And you probably have one of the best jobs in the world as well, because you get to talk about Liverpool Football Club on a daily basis, you know?
I'm gonna say it's not probably, it's definitely the best job in the way it does. You have to talk all day about Liverpool. You have to make people living what Liverpool Football Club is, the mentality, the tradition, the culture of the club, the city. So talking all day about our glorious history, talking all day about Bill Shankly, Bob Paisley, Joe Fagan, Jurgen Klopp. Now, obviously, we've got Arne Slot. It's not a job, mate. You can't call it a job. It's living the dream. It's passion. I'm honest with you. I can't do it for free, honestly. I don't need any money for that. Obviously, I need to pay bills, rent, and stuff. You drink with passion. Is Can't wake every day. Can't wake 12 hours every day, because sometimes, obviously, when you talk, when you put emotions and stuff, sometimes you feel silent because you get everything. But it's a special place. Getting inside the dressing room, and I'm gonna tell you this now. You probably don't know. Definitely you don't know about it. I'm gonna tell you now. Not many people know it, but I'm gonna tell it to you. So it's definitely a special feeling to be there. Basically, to be there is a special feeling. But then obviously try to get all the people leading the emotions, try to talk about history and stuff. Try to talk about the games in the past we had. Like I always mention the game, obviously, against Barcelona, the game against Dortmund 2016, against Man United 7-0 when we won 2 seasons ago, against Chelsea 1-0 when Luis Garcia scored a ghost goal. I mentioned that game because that was the best ever. You never walk alone before the game. And, players with massive experience like John Serri and Frank Lampard, they've been shocked. They never see something like that in their life. So I always mention these kind of things. But in my opinion, the greatest ever game in Anfield in terms of what Liverpool supporters means to the club was against City 2018, the season before Barcelona, when we played the quarters, the first leg in Anfield. That night, something unusual happened us. We started to sink 45 minutes before the game, and that's never happened in Anfield, never ever. We simply wanted to show to Man City that not everything in football is this. The most important thing in football is the fans, the real fans, the passion. When you got them fans behind you, you can achieve every single thing in the world. You can win every single trophy. And with Man City that night with the supporters, that unbelievable atmosphere. In terms of atmosphere, just atmosphere, I'm talking about that. The game against City 2018 in the Champions League was better even against Barcelona in terms of atmosphere. So I always mention this talk to people to make them feel, obviously they've never been to Anfield, and you have to mention history. You have to say about, obviously, the size of the grass, all this stuff like this. So it's not a job. We mentioned it already. And this is a big surprise. 1 month ago, actually 5 6 weeks ago, I brought for a tour in Anfield Federico Chiesa and his lovely wife Lucia.
Nice.
Great stuff. Great stuff. Yeah. It was nice because obviously he's Italian, and getting inside Anfield, that was the first time he gets inside. So, and he was smiling on the side, like a kid, Like, I mean, he played for Fiorentina, for Juventus. He's for the national team. He's a big player. He's a very important player. But he was like a kid, Every time we get in the changing rooms, on the pitch, when he was smiling all the time, and he's in love with us. So it was a privilege for me, obviously, to have this chance to bring a Liverpool player. The only signing we had last summer around Anfield was a special feeling. So we spent 3 hours together. I explain him everything. I make him so motivated, you know. I explain him all the culture, the Scousers, what means play for the Kop and for the Scousers. He didn't even know because the day before was Liverpool Man United 3-0. So he went to Old Trafford with the wife and they told him, Scouse, be bastards, you know. And he said, what means Scouse? I say, call me a son. I've got many things to explain, you know, in a funny way. And I explained him all the things, you know, about the Scousers, all the mentality, all the different ways as well, all the slang like feuds become scrum, like drinks become berry, all this stuff. And he was very like interested. Obviously, he was for him it's different. It's something different. And half an hour later after the show, his lovely wife Lucia, he posted a video on Instagram. I watched on the video as well with happy to be a Scouser. I mean, like, you know, it was, I get the credit for that, you know. I was saying to my mates from Italy, because they saw me on that video, say, like, you're doing the tour to Chiesa. Boom, have a look over there with the heart. Happy to be a Scouser. My credit for that. Obviously, in a funny way. But it was nice. Great experience, that's therefore.
Well, that's what you want. You want the players to immerse themselves again, not just in the club, but in the city. And I think Klopp did that really well. Obviously, 9 years with Klopp, and just I've never seen a manager since Shankly do what Klopp did. Because we've had great managers apart from Hodgson. And you know that didn't work out too well. But we've always had.
You know what? Brendan Rodgers as well wasn't that great. Brendan Rodgers as well.
Yeah, his personality was just like a cardboard box.
Exactly.
It's just there was no. It was always character. You know, the lads played the character. You know what? You can stick your character up your arse. I don't care. Just blood, sweat, and tears for me. But just what's your thoughts on you know, obviously you've been in Liverpool and you've been around the club. What did Klopp mean to you?
Klopp joined Liverpool October 2015, and I moved to Liverpool March 2016 permanently. So I remember I came over here to watch his first game in Anfield against Rubin Kazan when we played Europa League game 1-1. Emre Can scored a goal. Then the first league game at Anfield against Southampton 1-1, and the first win at Anfield against Bournemouth in the League Cup. In 6 days, all 3 games. So I was here in Anfield, in Liverpool, and then obviously come back to Italy. So to me, Jurgen Klopp means everything. All my life, so fine, Liverpool. It was with Jurgen Klopp. So obviously now we've got different manager, but Jurgen Klopp is everything for every single supporter. What he was to Liverpool is difficult even to explain in a few ways. You say something very right, and I agree with that. He's our Bill Shankly, so I always call him when I do the tours. I call him a reincarnated Bill Shankly in the German body, because what Jurgen Klopp did to Liverpool in the last 10 years is exactly the same what Bill Shankly was to Liverpool from 59 to 74. You know, he brought back that mentality monster we always been famous of. And we lost it, obviously, with Brendan Rodgers, with Roy Hodgson, all the managers we had before him. We lost that mentality monster. But then with Jurgen Klopp, here we go, yet again. He put us yet again, on the highest football map in the world. And most important to me, he got that special, unbelievable, magical connection with the Kop fans, with the supporters. And that kind of personality he was, the character he was. You know, just to mention one easy thing, the pump fist after every game. Come on, mate, that's pure emotion, you know. Every game, see you get Klopp coming next to you in the Kop ends and do stuff like this. It's just like, it's pure emotion. There is no second year in Klopp. When he announced in January he's gonna leave, I'm honest with you, I had a little cry straight away after that. And it was like, you had that feeling that, you know, you lost someone from your family, like an uncle is passing away or stuff like this. I know probably it's so hard like that, but you had that feeling. So Jurgen Klopp was something that you can explain what he was to Liverpool. You had to live it on your skin. And he was everything, honestly, everything. He brought back the title after 30 years. We've been waiting 30 long years, that's to win the title again, and we couldn't be able to celebrate because of that horrible COVID restriction and stuff. So, uh, and also I met him many times in Anfield, like not talking that much, but met him, and he was always smiling, always like in good mood, always ready to tell you hi, hello, stuff like this. How are you? He didn't know you, but he asked how are you because he cares. And we're talking about no cameras around. So he don't need to show in front of cameras. He's caring about people. He's made like that. He's super genuine, super humble, super nice, always smiling, always ready to, look after you. So we're gonna miss that man. Definitely we're gonna miss his character, his personality. But he decides to live and remember that the most important thing is the life of it. So we have to move on.
100%, and I want to, obviously talk about Slot. Um, uh, Big boots to fill, obviously, with Klopp, and I'm liking what I'm seeing from Slot because it's basically he's just got his head down and gone, all right, I've got a job to do. He's not going to follow Klopp, like he's not going to fist bump. He's, I mean, it's so mad, Mario, because people were getting pissed off that for what a month he hadn't done an interview in the beginning, and I have people's heads falling off on Twitter, going, "Why hasn't he done an interview? Why? Klopp left a month ago. Why?" It's like, look, he needed time, and the club needed time to move on from Klopp. And I just think he's fitted right in. Even his pressers, he's very articulate. He knows what he wants from this team. And yes, he's inherited a good squad, but he's also brought a bit of stability back, especially in the back line. Because with Klopp in the last 2 seasons, we were so open. We really were, like a can of beans, just bam, But this season, he's got us playing like, not defensive, but we're solid at the back. I mean, what, 2 goals in the league against us so far, is showing me that he can do the job, and I'm really liking it. What's your take on Mr. Slot?
Obviously, we knew it. There is no second Jurgen Klopp. Nobody can replace Jurgen Klopp in terms of his character. Nobody can be like Jurgen Klopp. So we needed someone. I'm honest with you. I didn't know about Arne Slot before April. I didn't know him, but we knew someone who comes to Liverpool, get the job because obviously it's. But don't try to emulate Jurgen Klopp. Don't try to be Jurgen Klopp because you can't be Jurgen Klopp. And obviously, I didn't know him before, so I was a little bit like when everything was sorted, when it was official to get Arne Slot. I was happy in the same time, but I didn't know him, so I don't know what to expect from him. Obviously, I knew it. He's gonna play with he likes like the intensity, which is our most important thing. You have to play with intensity with young lads, and so far, I have to be honest with you, that's absolutely unbelievable start. I never expect start like this. Yes, he inherited the best possible team. Everything was set, everything was ready for him. And I just wanted to see someone to come in and not make like big changes. You don't need to do that. You have to carry on the same way Jurgen Klopp left for you. But just add something different. Just add some new ideas, something different. Add on this base. You got everything sorted. Just add a couple of things more. And we saw something different. The playing system is different. You say something very right. The stability, the defensive stability now is different. So that's changed already. We play 7 games in the Premier League and we concede just 2 goals, which is a great achievement so far. Obviously, it's a very early stage. We can't judge him so far. We can't say big things, but he's different. I don't expect from Arne Slot to come in front of the Kop and from fishing to the supporters. I can expect that because I know he's more reserved. He's a different person. He's more close to Jurgen Klopp in terms of mentality. But at the same time, doesn't mean he can be like not that successive like Jurgen Klopp and winning trophies. Because we mentioned before, Jurgen Klopp is our Bill Shankly, and who knows? Why not? Bob Paisley is gonna be Arne Slot. Why not? We 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 want that. We believe in that. He had the best possible start, and obviously, as Liverpool supporters, we have to believe. We have to be confident and positive. Why not? Why not? The fella is special. The fella is special. Definitely. We will see. Only the time will say, but I'm very, very confident that's.
No, that's good to hear. I mean, I like what I'm seeing so far. Obviously, you know, the fixtures are piling up again. It's getting a bit ridiculous, the amount of games that these lads are playing. And I think as a football supporter, you know, obviously we want to watch all these games, but we don't really think of these players as being human beings and have families. We just think of them as like the elite athletes. And I think that goes over our heads. And obviously UEFA and FIFA don't have any feelings for these players. I mean, we're playing, you know, back to back to back to back to back to back games all the way through till Crimbo. And it is mental because, you know, we do have a small squad. And, you know, obviously especially last season, we picked up so many of these muscle injuries.
Yeah.
A few players down, and we're looking kind of, you know, thin. But I just like how Slot's come in and he's given some of the lads that last season were on, you know, kind of on the outskirts, like Gravenberch. It's like a new player. It's like a brand new
Exactly.
player. I mean, I didn't know it took a Dutch manager to help a Dutch player, you know. But there's certain players that even Tsimikas, as you know, obviously Robbo for me number one, but Tsimikas when he's come, you know, play for the team, he's done a decent job, and I'm not his biggest fan. But Ryan is, you know, this whole hoopla about Zupimendi over the summer. I mean, fair play to the lad. He's, you know, he wanted to stay at Sociedad. That's his deal, and I totally respect that. But everybody was going, we need a number 6. We need a number 6. Who knew we had him in our squad? I mean, he's just been a revelation. I mean, yeah, obviously we don't play as a proper number 6. You know, we do kind of the double pivot, him and Maka just work out really well, but he's just really impressed me. He's like butter going through the midfield.
I agree 100%. If you want to mention one Liverpool player who had that incredible improvement from the last season, is definitely Gravenberch. I never ever respect like you. I knew it. He's good. I knew it. He's good because he had a few games last season, especially in the Europa League, at a very high level. So I never expect to see Gravenberch as a number 6 to playing that good. He just, at the moment, obviously, he is the player of the season. Very early stage to say that, but he is absolutely impressive. And if you want to mention one person who worked hard with him because he knew him from Ajax, big shout to John Haitinger. I know he played for Everton before. Now he's our coach. And exactly, big shout to him. So he knew it. That Gravenberch can be very good in that position. He worked with him a few weeks, and here we go. We can see the results of that. So we've got like a new player. Zubimendi, who cares about him, mate? If you want to come, I don't know. If you don't want to come, we don't care. We've got Gravenberch, the best midfielder so far in the league. So good shout, definitely. Absolutely big up to Heisinger and obviously Arne Slot for this massive improvement to the player. But Tell me if you agree with me that I was a bit surprised when I watched Ipswich game, the first game, and after the first half he took off Wonsa, and since then he never played anymore. Apart obviously the West Ham game in the League Cup, but it's that kind of manager like, listen, I'm the boss here. You have to do what I want. If you don't do what I want, you're not gonna play. Jurgen Klopp was more like friends with the players, which is good. But sometimes, some of the players they get spoiled. So you have to be hard with them. If you play like this, you're gonna play. If you don't, you're gonna turn the bench. I like this kind of approaching. I like it. Tell me what you think about this.
100%. I'm the same with you. He's like a headmaster. Like
Yeah,
he he's very astute watching the game, and if he sees something off, just like he did with Kwanzaa, he's like, uh, where you look at Klopp. Klopp would have kept Kwanzaa on, I think, and
yeah,
thought, maybe Kwanzaa can kind of come out of it. That Slot was like, I'm not having it. I'll pull you, and he's done it with Mo as well. Like when Mo's not been playing well, he'll take him off. Trent as well.
exactly.
And I want a manager like that. Yes, I love Klopp, but I think sometimes footballers especially get a bit cocky, and they feel like, look, my place in this team, I'm good. I'm gonna be on that team sheet every single game, and I like it because he's making these players kind of go, look, if you in training don't pull your weight, you won't be on that team sheet on the weekend. Or if you're in the game and I see something where you're not pulling your weight, I'll pull you. And I like it.
Exactly.
That's I think it's really good for this team because, you know, when you play at the best level, you need a manager like that. And I think it's good. I think, you know, it helps the team in a way, you know. And I mean, I feel sorry for, like, players like Endo, who,
Yeah,
even though he's a workhorse and, he's done the job when he's come on, there it's not fitting the way Slot plays this team, you know. And I do think, like, if an offer comes in January, Endo might be off, and we'll bring, because we've still got Morton and McConnell's come back. So, he might give those young lads a chance. But yeah, I'm 100% with you because I like that. I really do, you know. Um, I do want to talk about three players that their contracts need to be sorted. You know,
oh,
my mate talked to me, I think it was a couple of weeks ago, and he's like, "Are you nervous about, the three?" And I was like, "Nah, no, I'm just not." But the more it gets to more like towards December, I'm starting to get nervous. What's your thoughts on it? Obviously, you've got Trent, 26, the world's best right back. Obviously, Real Madrid are probably the only team that he would move to. You've got, Virgil and Mo hitting, their mid-30s. What's your thoughts? Do you think, like, we should give all three contracts, or is it going to be like we pick two and let one go?
how I see football is like, if you're performing well, if you're helping Liverpool to achieve results, and you got your performance at the highest level, then you deserve a contract. So at the moment, obviously the three, they are probably the best players we've got, Mo Salah, and Trent. From the performance I can see this season, and obviously the last seasons as well, they definitely deserve a contract. About Trent, obviously at least 5 seasons, 5 years contract, at least he deserves that. For Mo Salah, obviously they are 32, and they're not anymore than prime. Obviously, even Mo Salah, he's delivering goals, assists, good performance as well, almost every week. But it's not the same Mo Salah like before in terms of 1v1. He's not anymore that quick. He's not anymore that pace. Oh, he's more clever now. He's more clever. He reads the game better than before. He's got more experience. So he puts that experience for the rest of the teams in terms of assists, good playing, and Mo Salah definitely deserve at least 2 years extended contracts. He's going to be 30, so he's 32 now. He's going to be 34 in 2 years. Then, I don't know, but Mo Salah, Virgil van Dijk, at least 2, 3 seasons. Let's say that's between 2 and 3. 2 or 3, let's say. I'm not going to sound more harsh. But yeah, 2, 3, and strength 5, please. So, this is the main players for us. They're making the difference. I don't see someone better than Virgil van Dijk. Not just for Liverpool, just like overall, he's the best defender in the world. You say already Trent is the best right back and Mo Salah is the best winger. So we have to keep, if you want to achieve results, and we have to keep these players. I can't even think about it to see Mo Salah leave ends of the season for free. Same situation with Virgil van Dijk. Can be real, can happen that. Absolutely no way, because it's a joke if you think about it, but don't worry. I think we're gonna sort it very, very shortly, very soon. The contracts for all of them.
I do as well. I just think again, people's heads are falling off. They're like, why wasn't it done during the summer? Why wasn't international break? I mean, I just think there'd be a massive riot if we let all 3 of those go for free. It will be just one of the worst things that probably FSG have ever done, and they've done some naughty things, in their tenure. But I just feel Trent will happen, and I'm with you. Give Virgil and Mo two extra years,
Definitely.
because Van Dijk's back to his best.
Yes.
And like you said, Mo brings more. Yeah, he's lost pace. We all know that. But he brings more assists, and he is mentally he's 10 steps ahead of everyone. And
absolutely.
To lose kind of like 2 senior players like that would be massive. And obviously for me, Trent wants to be captain of Liverpool. All this talk of Bellingham, trying to steer into Madrid. I just think, they're mates. That's what happens in football. You become mates, especially, with he goes on international duty. It's always, you see Jude and you always see Trent. They're just mates. I just feel that he wants to captain Liverpool. He's a Scouser born and bred. Why wouldn't he? So my heart is going, they're all 3 staying. So we'll see. But before we go, I definitely want to talk about Kop TV. Alex doing a fantastic job with that. How did you get involved? I mean, are you just coming out the ground and and Alex pulls you, or how did the first interaction come?
It was a curious story about this. So basically, I knew already Alex before. Because I was obviously watching the Kop TV even before that. So when we played against Brentford, the season was 2021-22. So in January we had a game against Brentford, home game in Anfield, and I sat next to Alex in the Kop ends, next to James Redmond and Alex with my mate Joelle. So everything started from that day, and we didn't talk that much that day. But we just like say a few things in Spanish, because Alex talks very good Spanish. He used to live in Spain very long time ago, so he speaks very good Spanish. And we talk some things in Spanish, but nothing special. Then the next week, I think we play Arsenal away in the semi-final of the League Cup, when we beat them 2-0 and Diogo Jota scored twice. So that was the first time we start to sing Diogo Jota's song. So basically we went with my mate Joelle to Emirates. On the way back, we are in the final, Wembley, stuff like this. And we were looking where is the bus to come back to meet the Peter Carney. And on the way to the bus, we met Alex with the camera, with the mics and stuff. Alex recognized us from that day and say, lads, you sat next to me. Come here for the interview, Me and Joel, and that was my first interview for the Kop TV. It was a bit like a dodgy interview because I wasn't like very good, but that was the first time in the Kop TV with Alex. And then we just dropped the phones, the number and stuff. We start to, messaging and stuff. Then we play against Leicester, and that was my first time on the Kop TV in Anfield. And since then, we start that kind of, good collaboration with Alex, doing the fan cams after every game. And Alex, by the way, was the person who helped me to wait for Liverpool. So we got invited from Liverpool to do the upsell from the main stands. The Kop TV, the Redman TV, the Anfield Wrap, all the YouTube channels. And we met Alison, my boss. We met that day. So, it's happened sometimes, you got a destiny and we belong to some destiny. My destiny was Liverpool all my life and also was working for Liverpool because I've been applying for 2 years, sending, my application to Liverpool, but I never got succeed, And then I went to Anfield with Alex to do the sale and we met the right person at the right time. So I started to work for Liverpool because of Alex and the Kop TV. So I will never, ever be, sorry to be grateful to him, thankful and what he done for me. But yeah, the Kop TV is just, my passion, pure passion as well. Talking about Liverpool, doing podcasts, being involved exactly the same what you're doing. That's so it's nice. Obviously it's nice when people recognize you. When sometimes come to Anfield and they recognize you, they want a picture with you, stuff like this. It's every time it's nice. It's a good feeling. So yeah, I have to say big thank you to Alex. Definitely. He's a lovely lad, Alex. He's a lovely lad.
Yeah, it's a great channel. I love listening.
Yes.
I mean that's the whole thing. Is one of the biggest things I can take from like having a Liverpool podcast is there's not really competition with I don't think that. I don't feel it from other pods. You the pedestal, you've got Anfield Wrap and you've got Redmen TV. They're probably the top two.
They are the top, definitely.
But apart from those two, whenever like I see other Liverpool pods, I'm all like for it. Like we all love the same team. There isn't one better than another. There's just this is our love, for this team. And I just, I can't get enough. And I mean, like James Redmond, what a character, like absolute baller. Like he's, some people will take him the wrong way. He's tongue in cheek, he's a Scouser at heart, and you can defo tell. Like if I think some people do take him the wrong way, because of the way his personality is, but he cracks me up because he's very quick minded. He's very funny.
Yes.
He knows his football as well, and that's what
absolutely.
But yeah, Kop TV. Yeah, when everyone listens to this, please go check out Kop TV because it's absolutely boss. Anything on the horizon for you, mate?
Oh, I mean, what can I say? It's just I want to win the most possible trophies this season. As a Liverpool supporter, so it's our dream, it's our passion. So we want to see Liverpool back on the highest level in the Champions League, in the Premier League. I want to fight. I want to be in the title race in the Premier League because, I was talking with people as well many times last season. So we were in the title race for a very long time. Last season of Jurgen Klopp. So he announced in January, I'm gonna leave. So I was thinking, now is the time. Now it's up to the players to play for him and try to say in the best possible way goodbye to Jurgen Klopp, winning the UEFA Cup or the league. That would be the best ever ends for the manager of that level, of that range. So it didn't happen, but I want to win the league because if you win the league this season, massive credit will be to Jurgen Klopp as well. So, the Champions League obviously is another dream. Just to let you know that I booked already the hotel in Munich. Yeah, I'm not very scaramantic, you know.
Well, you know, fingers crossed, mate. I always say,
Yeah, definitely.
you know, I'd like to win a couple of cups this season, and I think we can. You know, we've just got to have luck with injuries. You know, maybe bring in one or two players in January just to see. You know,
Definitely.
especially if Endo leaves, then you need to bring in, you know, probably somebody. But yeah, sky's the limit for this team. Again, you know, Klopp left this team in a very good position, and we kept the core of the team, which means that, you know, the most to me. And like you said earlier on, not changing too much, and I think that's what's going to do as well. You know, maybe next summer we'll deal with that. But let's get through Crimbo, see where we're at in January, and if we're still in that you know, top 3, top 4, I think we can do it. I really do. Why not? You know, we've got a dream. We all have a dream. But Mario, I want to say thank you so much for coming on. Everyone, I'm sure, again, because Mario has a contract with Liverpool. He says he doesn't, but I know he does. You will see his face in the Kop every single home match. But if you're coming over for a tour of Anfield, and you can they ask for you or no? Or is it
Of course
just,
they can. Of course. Absolutely, they have to.
yeah, ask for Mario, and Mario will give you the best tour of Anfield, and hopefully make you cry, but good tears though. But Mario, it's been an
Definitely.
absolutely pleasure having you on. And please go check him out on Kop TV as well. But everyone, thank you for listening. Please like, subscribe, put your notifications on, and we'll see you next time.